guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay guys, so on this week's episode of Bible Time with Allicia Time, we're going to be picking up where we left off on the story of Job, which is the story of a man who is tested by Satan the devil to see that if everything that God gave him, his children, his household, his livestock, if all of that was taken away from him, even his health, would he curse the Lord? Well, we're about to find out as we continue through this story. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so this is where we left off on last week's episode. If you haven't seen last week's episode, I totally recommend you go watch that real quick. Otherwise, the rest of this story won't really make sense. So this is where Job's friends are telling him that he must have done something wrong for God to punish him with all these horrible things. So he must repent his evil wrongdoing. But as Job has told them a million times, he is innocent. Your words are like the blowing wind. God does not prevent justice. If you were truly pure, he'd answer you by now. Consider our fathers and their wisdom and the wisdom of their ancestors. Our days here on earth are brief, so we must learn from the wisdom of the ancients. Think of a plant without water, such as a man who has forgotten God. Dead crops and weeds are uprooted. The farmer does not give a second thought. He casts it away. God does not cast off those who are blameless. He does not lift up evildoers. Repent, Job, and he will fill your mouth with laughter. Bildad, even if I were the purest, most righteous, holiest man alive, I would still need to beg his mercy. To go before one as holy as him, I would need a holy mediator to speak for me. But who? There is no one. God, your hands made me, so why destroy me? Why even let my eyes see the light of the day when I was born? Why allow this darkness in life when I could have just stayed in darkness? Words, words, words. Words don't bring forgiveness or redemption. You say you are pure, you say you are innocent, but saying it does not make it so. That's not what I'm saying. God recognizes deceitful men, Job. He takes note of evil men and foolish men who are no more likely to become wise than a horse is to become a man. Which one are you, Job, an evil man or a fool? Fool. Repent, Job, prepare your heart, cast wickedness out. Then you will be capable of hope and courage, but the wicked man's hope becomes a dying gasp. Ask, where will everyone go for wisdom after you three die? Job, this is no time for sarcasm. Bah, you spit out a few wise words, but it's mixed with the foolishness that you vomit at me. Look at the world, Eliphaz. Sometimes just an upright men go hungry and thieves prosper. Bildad aged men have the wisdom of many years and of their fathers, but all wisdom comes from God. So far, you accuse me daring to speak for God, but your words are lies. Lies. Proverbs made of ashes. Argument made of clay. Job, we're just trying to help. Then shut up. No matter what God does, I will trust him, because God is just and good and righteous and my salvation. God, again I ask you, speak to me and I will answer, or let me speak and answer me. Why do you hide your face from me? Am I your enemy? You have numbered my steps. You have covered my sin. You gave me a body. You gave me a soul. But my flesh has nothing but pain. My soul nothing but sorrow. Sorrow. Job, your own lying mouth condemns you. You do not fear God. Look at my body and my face, for this is how my soul feels. God, why are you silent? And why do you let my friends speak? My body and my spirit are broken, but still I'm mocked. My own friends have no wisdom to share, only condemnation and darkness. Do you think we're stupid or something? We have eyes. We can see this evidence. This is what happens to an evil man. Terrors rise up all around him, and then he's cast into the darkness. Men see him and are seized with horror, and then the world forgets him. Do you understand? Yes, it's happening right now. I am treated like a stranger in my own home. Have pity on me, Bilad, Zophar, and Eliphaz. Give me comfort and mercy. Elu, do not forsake me. Sorry. But you, if only my words would survive, written in a scroll for those who come after me. I know my Redeemer lives. When my skin and muscle and bones are destroyed, yet I will see God. You who tell me that wickedness has brought all this on me, you should fear the sword, the judgment. If this is because of my wickedness, then wait until you see what is coming for you. How dare you? You're the one being punished for your wickedness, not us. You keep saying this is happening to me because I am wicked, but what have I done? You kept it hidden, Job. Your evil must have tasted sweet hidden under your tongue from the world, but hidden poison is still poison when swallowed. The wicked have only one fate. The Lord rains down his anger on them as they struggle to hold what little treasure they have, but they are left with nothing but dust, which describes you. Zophar, look at me. If you are going to accuse me like this, look into my tear-filled eyes and my pain-filled face. You say the wicked die young. Not true. Rain falls on the just and the unjust. I don't understand why. Only God knows. No one can understand his ways. Well, God's not punishing you for your holiness. Wicked men hide their sin from mortal eyes, but you can't hide from God. But Eliphaz, I've spent my life seeking to know God's heart. As you said, God knows my heart. He knows I'd rather live on all the words that comes from his mouth than on bread. I just don't hear any of those words now. People steal and destroy the poor. The poor are hungry and naked. The man murders man. Men and women commit adultery under cover of darkness, and dark people do dark deeds. Compared to them, I'm not wicked compared to God, though. I am, and I would wipe that wickedness away if I had God's power, but God doesn't. Why? Perhaps I should be glad that he does not, because I would be wiped away too. Job, are you listening to yourself? Have I said anything untrue? Not exactly. It's true that God is powerful and holy and pure, but man is a maggot, Job. Job, you are a worm in the eyes of God. Amazing, Bilad. You've really lifted my spirits. Tell me, where did you get all this wisdom? Job, I'm just showing you what I've learned from other wise men. Other wise men. I see. Every word I utter hurts, so I'll make every word count. I only have time for the truth. The face of the earth, the depths of the ocean, the expanse of the sky. God created it all, and it is just a hint of what He's capable of. God has taken away everything except the bitterness in my soul. He may not speak to me, but I will not speak against him as you have. Kings mine the earth, men kill to steal the riches. The upright earn their living. They seek gold and silver and jewels dug from the soil. Gold and silver can be brought. Gold and silver can be found. Gold and silver can be given and accepted. But gold and silver is a treasure that can be stolen, a treasure that can be lost, a treasure that in the end will slip away, but not the greatest treasure. And what is the greatest treasure? Wisdom, not just knowledge learned from ancestors, experience, or observations. And where does wisdom come from? The fear of the Lord is wisdom. To shun evil is wisdom. Wisdom is seeking to understand life and as God would have us. But how I long for the old days when I felt close to God. In those days when I walked through darkness, I did so bathed in His light. Young men and old respected me when I would take my seat with them in the city. Unlike you, my friends, princes and elders would listen when I spoke. Why? Because I was blessed and passed on my blessing in those in need. I defended those who were oppressed, comforted those who mourned. I helped the lame, the blind. I was like a king. Now I'm treated no better than one of my dogs. God no longer blesses me. I look for God but find evil. I look for light and find darkness. I cry for help and no one answers. No one except you. Once, not long ago, I played my harp and people danced with me. Now I sing a song of mourning, but you seek to count my sins, because that is the only thing that can explain. No, I have been faithful to my wife, not even looking at another woman. I always speak truth. I have helped those in need. I have never rejoiced at an enemy's misfortune. Jen, you may not believe me, but you're not the judge. God is. If anything you've said about me is true, then why didn't God's judgment fall on me sooner? This is like nothing I've ever seen, but as we have said, how can we know the ways of God? You're being punished. The only question is what? Stop! My friends, I'm younger than you, so I've held my tongue. You should be full of wisdom. I don't have yet, but I guess that's not always true. Ilipu, we have experienced much more of the world than than you, but all you have done with your wisdom and experience is argue with Job, and you still haven't proven him wrong. You just condemn him for some secret sin. Thank you, Elihu. Don't thank me yet, Job. I have some things to say to you. You complain against God for not answering you and explaining himself. But God does not speak, just not always the way you expect or desire. A dream, words, an angel, and experiences, and tradition, and punishment. When God speaks, it is to help you know him better. When God punishes, it is to help you turn to him. We all deserve the worst than we get. He does what he does to turn us away from the darkness and toward the light. Elihu, I am innocent, but God denies me the chance to speak, and he doesn't answer when I ask. He's not denying you anything. If God does not listen to dishonest plea, if he doesn't address to those who speak in arrogance, why would he answer now just because you're tired of waiting? Whoops. God doesn't torment people. He's a teacher, and what a teacher, because the law. He teaches the law he created. The universe itself answers to him. God doesn't torment people. He's a teacher, and what a teacher, because the law he teaches is the law he created. The universe itself answers to him. The thunder can't compare to his voice. He tells the rain and snow when to fall. The wind is nothing compared to his breath. And you say he is silent? Silent? He's here, Job. He speaks. I'm a fool compared to some, but even I'm not stupid enough to speak as you have done. God is great in power, justice, and righteousness. It is right to fear him. It is right to bow before one who commands such a storm as this. Yes. Yes, it is. So then he starts praying to the Lord. And the Lord answers, Job. Yes, Lord? Job. Or you speak as if you understand everything, but your words lack my wisdom. I was answering their folly. Job, I'm speaking to you, not them. Yes, Lord. So now I have some questions for you, and I want you to answer them. Yes, Lord, I will try. When I designed the earth and clothed it in clouds and made the stars and sing with light, were you there? Can you explain how it happened? Have you ever shaped the world from clay and separated light from darkness? Have you strolled through the depths of the ocean? Can you set stars into motion in their dance through the cosmos? Well, is it by your hand that young lions are fed? Do you watch as deer give birth? Do you hear the cry of newly hatched birds? Do you give the horse his great power? Do you know how the hawk flies? So answer me, Job. Are you going to tell me how things should be done? I have no answer. Then answer these questions instead. The behemoth, with its mighty with its mighty muscles and bones like iron. There is none like it in the world. None can challenge it. Do you have power like mine? Can you bring ruin on the wicked? The Allicia, try catching that with a fishing hook. Can you take hold of it and make it whisper to you as if you were its master? Skin like armor. Skin like armor, chest like rock. Oh, that is a huge fish. I'm just gonna say fish. I created those creatures, and no one can stand against them. Who then can stand against me? Job, I created the universe. I molded the earth. I populated it with creatures great and small. I created you. Trust me. It's me. I know that you can do all these things. I know that you have plans that are beyond man's understanding and power. You asked, who has your wisdom, your power, and your righteousness? Who was it that second guessed you without knowing the full picture? Me. I'm sorry. I have no answer for the questions you asked. Only you know those answers. Until now I lived in awe of you because of what I heard. Now I have seen you with my own eyes and heard you with my own ears. Forgive me. I do not have your wisdom, but I can trust your wisdom. My eyes were looking inward at myself. I turned my eyes outward toward you. I'm not angry with you, Job. You had questions for me and about me, but you never spoke against me. I call you my servant. I call you my friend. As for you, free. While I have spoken to Job to correct him, it is not because he angered me. You, however, have. You spoke about my power and justice, but ignore my authority and mercy. You called Job a liar, a hypocrite, a sinner. Said I was punishing him. You have not spoken of me rightly as Job has. Each of you offers up 7 bulls and 7 rams as a burnt offering to me. I will accept Job's prayer and your behalf, and I will not give you what you deserve. Repent. And then it's all gone. This time of mourning is done. I think it is time to go home. Job, are you okay? Yes and no. I still feel pain. I still ache for my children. Job, if you plan to do what God has asked you to do, I will wait for you at home. Two. Come, Job, I will help you home. Job, what is happening? I don't know. Just one more thing I can't understand, and one more thing I thank the Lord for. Then he comes home, sees his wife, and is reunited with her in peace. Job's friends did as the Lord told them, and Job too did as the Lord told him. Lord, my friends come before you with this offering. They recognize and repent of their sins. They offer this sacrifice as payment for their sins against you. And the Lord did as he promised. Will you ever know why it all happened? Was it to teach you a lesson, Job? To teach us a lesson? Or those who come after us? Perhaps all of that, or more beyond our comprehension. All that time you asked for someone to stand on your behalf before God, and now after we failed you stand on our behalf. The Lord's blessings on you, my friend. I am honored to count you as my friend. How do you not hate us after how we spoke to you? Because God does not hate us, even after we treat him as we do. Elu, I thank you for supporting me, and I thank you for remaining our friend. I thought I lost you, you know. I was sure God was taking you from me, too. I wanted him to, until he spoke to me. I just wish he had given you an answer. Sir, he did, but you said he didn't tell you why. He didn't give me the answer I wanted, but he gave me the answer I needed. I doubt we'd even be able to understand if we knew all the reasons why, but I don't doubt God's power, righteousness, and love for us. And they're saying right in the back. And Satan's plan to get Job to curse at God failed miserably. God blessed the second half of Job's life more than the first. Soon he had more livestock than before and 10 more children, and many generations of offspring, and he died old and full of years. And that is the end of the story of Job. So, in conclusion, sometimes the Lord will never give us the answer we want to certain things. When we ask about why certain things happen, for example, why there's still pain and hunger in the world, why World War II happened. Many people have probably asked why big events like World War II happened, and many of you may be thinking, well, couldn't the Lord just have stopped them? Well, that's not the case. Ace, sometimes we may never know why the Lord doesn't stop the horrible things that have happened in history. We may never know. No. But, as Job said, sometimes we won't get the answer we want from the Lord, but we will get the answer that we need. So, I hope you guys enjoy this video. We will start looking at the patriarchs, starting with Abraham next week, which this will be a very long chapter, so expect like maybe 4 or 5 parts. I don't know, it'll be really long because it's not just one story, it's a bunch of stories. You've got Abraham, Jacob, Joseph. So those are the patriarchs. So we'll be looking at that next week. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. And comment down below if you ever want certain stories from the Bible for me to read to you guys. And I will see you guys next time. God bless you and have a good day.